one, two, be director like a movie, like check one, two, three. Nerd type chapters, they the worst type rappers. These first take. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 103, Friday morning, Mike. Weekend time, baby. What do you got planned for the big weekend?
A whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, it's gonna be muggy as shit, man.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear.
Hearing about is how muggy and how humid it's gonna be.
Ugh. It's not what I want to hear. I hate humidity.
Yeah, I do too.
I hate it. Like, that's like the couple times I've been out west, I really didn't bother me because it's that dry heat, as they say. Like, I can deal with that all day long, but a couple times I've been down south, it's so hot and muggy. Nah, not for me.
Yeah, no, not a big fan either. Unfortunately, it is what we have to deal with most of the time here in Western Pennsylvania. We always get this degree of mugginess, and I hate it. I hate it.
Me too. It's the worst. The worst, I say.
Hey, I was thinking, Mike.
Uh-oh.
Well, I was thinking about doing a quick bit here. I was going to call a couple people that I know, and when they answer the phone, I'm going to ask for Ryan, and then once they keep responding, they keep saying, oh, what, or who is this, or is this Ryan? I'm just going to keep replying. I'm going to be like, yeah, I need to talk to Ryan. Is he there? Can I talk to Ryan? Could you put Ryan on the phone, please? And I'm just going to keep doing that. And I got like 4 people. I'm going to do people I know, and I just hope that they're not listening right now. So I think I'm going to try these 4 people real quick. If it works, it works. We'll have a good bit. If not, we'll just move on. So
killing me, Smalls.
What do you think about Allie?
That'd be funny.
You want me to try her?
Definitely her. Yeah.
All right, let's try.
Hello.
Hey, is Ryan there?
Yeah, I'm talking to him.
Can I talk to Ryan?
This is him.
Is he there?
Yep, it's him.
Could you put Ryan on the phone, please?
You got him, please.
Can I talk to Ryan?
You got him.
Is Ryan there?
Bye.
I hung up on.
Let me see. This one gets a. All right. Let's try someone else. I'm going to try my friend Chris. Now, if he even answers the phone, I'll be surprised, but it should be funny if he does. Let me try him.
All right.
Please leave your message for.
Okay, so he's a no-go.
He's screening calls. He's smart. That's how I answer the phone. Always for that thing to go to voicemail.
He's a jackass.
Well, he has to be. He's your friend.
That's very true. Very true. Let me see. All right, so now Rob. Let's try to get funny Rob, our caller, in. I have his number here on tap. Let me try to call Rob.
Oh, Rob's always on standby.
Yeah.
Please leave your message for.
Okay, so
Man,
1 for 3.
Even Rob's screening your phone calls.
I know. Asshole. Last one. I'm gonna try my mom.
Oh God. She's gonna kill you.
She's another one. I don't know if she'll answer, but I'm gonna try.
She's probably like, what's this idiot want now?
Yeah. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
All right.
Man. No one wants to talk to us.
You know what I mean? And you know the thing is, like when people see a number that's not either registered in their phone or they don't recognize, a lot of times they don't answer.
Yeah.
So I get that, but we got one. I was kind of hoping to at least get a couple, but we got one.
They were just like, forget you.
So enough of your shenanigans, Mike.
Oh, my shenanigans.
Let's talk weekend. What do you got going on, man?
No, a whole lot of nothing, dude. I have like zero plans. Like Saturday night, I'll probably be online gaming. That's about it.
Yeah.
Little COD with the friends, but I haven't reached out to them all week, so I'm just I'm being a hermit. So we'll find out if anyone gets a hold of me. If I get a hold of anyone.
Yeah, you'll find something, man. As long as it's not outside in the humidity.
No, the hell no. Unless my kid wants to go outside.
Yeah.
He's like me. He really doesn't like the humidity, but knowing him though, he is like me. He's the little jerk face, so he'll probably want to be outside just to torment me.
You have
I think
any
it's
plans with the girlfriend this weekend?
No, we haven't made any. Oh, you're like 12. You're supposed to be
What's that?
You're supposed to be the mature one here.
I do want to say happy birthday to Jack Lambert and the Pittsburgh Steelers. July 8th was the day that the Pittsburgh Steelers were founded back in 1933.
Mm-hmm.
And it is also Jack Lambert's big birthday. So happy birthday.
I
happy
saw
birthday
that.
to all.
And now the big debate, always among Steeler fans, who was better, Lambert or Ham?
I didn't.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It's almost something you got to sit there and watch games week in, week out. Because even when we talk about players now, it's so easy to get 2 different opinions, 3 different opinions, 4 different opinions. Just, so I mean, this is one of the things you got to sit through. I think you got to sit through and watch these games and get to know these players. I mean, I was always under the impression that Lambert was the badass of the two. But does that make him the better linebacker? I don't know.
Yeah, that's like when I was younger, it was always about Lambert. Then I got a little bit older, it was always about Ham. Now it's like back and forth. What are you looking for in that situation?
Right.
Yeah. So it's I then I tend to lean towards Ham just because he went to Penn State and I'm a Penn State fan too. So it's
right.
But I went to Kent State, Lambert went to Kent State, so it's like back and forth.
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with either one.
No,
it's just fuck. If I had God, man, that's a hard one to pick.
Absolutely, man.
It is.
Bruh. All right. Pirates ended up playing a double header yesterday. They turned the 2-game series into one day, so they played both their games yesterday. They won the first game 4-2 over the Reds. They lost the second game 5-1. That puts the Pirates record at 34-49. They're tied for third place in the division at 12.5 out. They travel to Milwaukee today for a 3-game series against the Brewers. First game tonight at 8:10. I believe tomorrow's like 2 something, and then after that, I'm not sure. So they got the Brew Crew going into the weekend here. A lot of hockey news, Mike.
Yeah, ton of hockey news.
Ton of hockey news. Yesterday, I seen that Chris Letang got signed for a 6-year,
Yes,
$36.6 million extension. So that's a plus. I mean,
that's a plus.
he's going to be
That
an old man by the time he,
yeah,
finishes his contract. However, we do have one of the top defensive players in the league still for another
he
6 years.
yeah he like is earlier in the year I said he finished fourth in the voting for best defenseman
Yeah,
this year. God, like his contract on the open market, there's like, analytics and all that they track like how much a player would be worth on the open market. He was like his average annual value on the open market was 10 million.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And he's getting like the first 3 years of his contract are at like 8 million and change. And then
Right.
after that, the next three are like, I think like 6 year, 4 and 4. So that's a very team and player friendly deal. It's very rare you see the ones that work out for both parties,
Yeah, right,
because he
right.
gets his money in the first 3 years, and then the last 3 years it becomes a team friendly deal to where if they have to buy him out, it's cheaper. If they have to move him, it's more cost effective. So it works out for everyone in the long run.
Oh,
And
good.
I think like too, he more or less took like a pay cut. I think like the cap hit and everything's going to be lower than what it has
Okay.
been for him. So good deal all around.
Yeah, we like Letang. The Penguins' first round pick, 6'4" defenseman Owen Pickering. So we
Pickering,
got
Pickett, and Pickens.
Pickens. I got Pickering.
Yeah, no, I would say we got Pickering, then
We
Pickett,
got
and
Pickens.
Pickens. Yeah, there's like a lot of
This
P's
cat
going
here, we got
around.
a defenseman in the draft. That's always a good thing, like we were saying the other day, you don't know a lot about these kids
Yeah,
whenever they first come out until you see them, hear
yeah.
about them, So we did. That's our number one pick yesterday. And
Yep,
also the other hockey news, Mike, Fleury in Minnesota agreed to a 2-year, $7 million deal. Fleury is not leaving Minnesota.
Oh wow! See, I didn't catch that one. That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. He gets 2 more years. Minnesota gets a good goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
he's gonna
Minnesota's a
pad his
hockey town
stats,
too.
you know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
older goalies that are especially good ones, they just
Mhm.
pad their stats at this point. If
Yeah.
Minnesota does something, good for them. If not, you know what? He's just going to add to his Hall of Fame
Yeah.
career.
Yeah, I said Minnesota hockey city. Minnesota, Minnesota. That's big. That's a hockey hotbed.
Yeah.
And they're going to appreciate him up there. Other than like places that really aren't that real invested in hockey, only have like a small little niche of hockey. Whereas Minnesota, man, they love their hockey.
Yes, they do. So good for them. Good for him.
Mhm.
Last bit of sports thing that I have. It really wasn't news, but it was just something that I came across. Do you are you aware of Ice Cube's Big Three League?
Yeah.
His basketball 3-on-3.
Yeah.
I think I like that. As a kid, me and my friends, we would always go to these 3-on-3 tournaments, and it was like a thing in our neighborhood. And I just think that's really cool, man. I got to find out when this stuff is on. What I don't even know if it's they're working on it or if it's a thing yet. But I think I could definitely get in to watch some 3-on-3 hoops, man.
Me too. It's more wide open than than the obviously more wide open than the 5-on-5, and that's just more fun to watch. There's more room out on the court because these guys, you watch the NBA. These guys, it's like in hockey, everyone's getting bigger and bigger, and the playing area is still the same. So it's nice,
right.
wide out. You have more room to work, and the athleticism is more on display.
And you're gonna see it's gonna yield really good ball play. You know what I mean? You can just see something happening like where somebody just dominates and he ends out like getting some kind of like NBA. I just can't wait. It's gonna be fun. There's a lot, there's a lot that's in this and a lot that I would be interested in. And I like the bunch of no names. I like that. You can learn new people, make new stars. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I just like sports, so I'd sit down and watch it.
Yeah, I will too. I'll watch it. I want to say when you get a chance, go over to Spotify and check out Hit 'em Hard's new mixtape, Hit 'em Hard to the Graveyard. It features everybody from Hit 'em Hard, Prime City, Dust, Cigarellas, Jump Off JD, Stickman Slick, Tempo FYF, Romeitis, And then there's also a couple of new rappers that we've never met on there as well. So check them out. It
Yes,
is
check them out.
the Hit 'em Hard to the Graveyard. It's over on Spotify. Go check it out.
You will not be disappointed.
No, you won't be. Did you see this Japanese prime minister got assassinated last night?
Yeah, it popped up on. I saw it pop up on my phone. I was just going to check the time at work, and like the little Apple News thing. I was like, no way. Who like
For real? Damn, it must be true.
right? Yeah, the former Japanese prime minister. Because I was like, I remember this guy. I remember seeing him on TV. I think he was in office when was it like Clinton or Bush were in office? I remember Abe. Yeah, Shinzo
Definitely
Abe.
has a familiar face.
Yeah, and like the name popped, or I remembered the name. I've seen him in the news. It's just wild.
Yeah, I was doing some stuff on the phone last night for the show, and I went over to Twitter and I seen Japanese former prime minister gets shot at and collapses on the stage on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's kind of extreme. So I
Yeah.
kept it in mind. I kept doing what I was doing, and then this morning I woke up in the middle of. I think it was about an hour before I had to get up. I just got up to piss, and I looked at my phone, and he died. So he got assassinated.
It's like this is stuff like you hear, like something you would only read about. I feel like we haven't seen like a world leader or former world leader be assassinated.
No,
It's like a Teddy Roosevelt type thing when he was giving a campaign speech, someone tried to assassinate him, it went wrong. It was like shades of who was it, Ferdinand, when he was shot over that caused World War One. So this is it's like a historical event that we have never seen. I missed the assassination attempt on Reagan. I think I was too young to remember that, or wasn't born yet.
It's kind of tongue in cheek. It's one of them things you always kind of wait for your whole life.
Yeah,
Because we've heard of so many assassinations and assassination attempts prior to us, to our textbooks, history class, everything. We never got to see any. So I mean, there's a piece in the back of your mind that thinks, man, I can't wait till we see an assassination attempt. And sure as shit, there you go, man. There we go, Mr. Shinzo Abe, ABE, however you pronounce that in Japanese, ABE, the former prime minister.
It's just
has
wild.
been assassinated.
And like you said, this, like you're growing up, you're like, you hear about it a lot in school and in history, so you think this stuff happens all the time.
Yeah,
and then it never really happens. Then when it finally does, it's like, wow.
Yeah,
it's just
because you figure, of all the high-profile Americans that were assassinated or attempted to be assassinated, like you said, I think the most recent will be Ronald Reagan. Yeah. And I was, still shitting myself, and you might have still been a little swimmer. I don't know.
Because I can't remember what year it was, but yeah, it was just wild. It kind of fits with the way everything's been going on the past 3 to 4 years. So it's just something like that you would think would be bigger news all over the place. Yeah, it would be dominating every site you go on. Would be a world leader assassinated, former world leader, but now it's just like it's just another thing going on in this crazy world.
Yeah, with all the crazy shit we have going on,
it's just weird. It's weird.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Check this out, Mike. Cutting edge biological age test reveals how long you have left to live. I mean, we've all seen these tests. You go on and you answer a couple questions on Facebook. You get some ridiculous answer. But this it's $499. And basically what they do, something in our cells are so long. And then as you get older, they get smaller and they get smaller. These tubes in the cell get so short. So apparently by looking at your DNA and getting, it has like 10 different dimensions of the DNA, apparently, that it checks. And when it does that, it gives you back a somewhat accurate reading of how long you should still be alive according to your particular personal DNA. I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously not going to give you to the day. It's not a fucking
Yeah.
It's not a fortune teller, but it could give you an idea scientifically where you're at in the ballpark.
Yeah. Sign me up. I'm not paying
I like it.
$500 for it. I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay for it, but sign me up. That'd be kind of cool just to know, like, okay, that's what you have left. All right, what am I gonna do in that time frame?
Gives you an idea. You know
But
what I mean?
like, yeah, but me, see, I'm a procrastinator, so I'd wait till like that, to the very last time to like do anything worthwhile and exciting. But at least I would know how much time I have.
No, I dig. Like you said, I mean, if it was cheaper, I would definitely do it. Just for fun.
Like that would know. Like, do I need to keep saving for retirement, or can I just start spending it all right now?
Right. You know what? That's not bad information for people to know. They should have this stuff kind of more readily available for people, just in general. How could that be such a bad thing? Let people have an idea.
Yeah. Like
of how possibly,
Yeah, because everyone knows, at one day you're just gonna cease to be. Give me a deadline.
Yeah.
Give me a deadline so I know. Like a rough deadline so I know.
Yeah, that's not knowing. It's just that's not fair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another one.
Here's one that you're gonna love. I know you're gonna love this one, Mike.
Oh God.
North Carolina man stops for a drive. He stops for a drive, but he plays the lottery, wins $100,000. He stops for he's driving. He stops for a drink. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You got the North Carolina man stops for a drink, grabs a lottery ticket, says, "Hey, might as well play." $100,000 he wins. I'm thinking about going and grabbing a fucking ticket, dude. I don't know how much longer I can take this.
Me too. I'm gonna go play like the Powerball or some Mega Millions or both. See what happens.
I just, I want to talk about us winning. I hate keep talking about all these people in North Carolina, for fuck's sake. And how the hell is everyone in North Carolina winning? You know what I mean? Why only North Carolina?
It's a conspiracy. The Tar Heels are involved. Something's going on down at Chapel Hill.
Dean Smith and
thank you. I couldn't remember the coach's name. There's something going on down there. But no,
for fuck's sake,
man, I
hate spending money on lottery because it's 99.999% a waste.
Never gonna win. Yeah,
but you're never gonna win. But
if you don't play, you don't win.
Right. So do you want to keep your money and not win, or do you want to lose your money and not win?
It's different. If you're just putting like, say, $5 down a week, that's really not gonna kill you in the long run. So why not? Why not? It's the little, if you don't, I used to like going to the track and gamble. I don't do that anymore. So throwing that couple bucks down on there, it's really not gonna hurt me. So So I should start playing again. Be a segment on the show how far off I was on the numbers.
Right. I mean, it seems excessive lately. All these people winning these large, massively large amounts of money. There's a part of that pulls you in.
It is too. Yeah, you hear about it, so you think
kind of somewhat similar to the fear of missing out. Everybody's winning big. I don't want to miss out on this.
Yeah. Because if I won, I'd probably blow through that money so fast.
You think?
I think I don't know. I have like a plan, like what I would do if I would win, like how much I would invest, where I would invest,
right?
Long-term secure bonds, stuff like that, to where you just make living off that interest. But yeah, I have a feeling I'd go all out and just spend way too much.
Hookers and blow, baby.
Hookers and blow, baby. Hookers and blow.
Yes.
See, that's how I would die. First bump ever.
You don't need
like, I'm gonna try this for the first time. Boom, dead.
You do not need a test for that.
No. You'll be going out like Chris Farley.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, you'll die in a you know where you'll die? You'll die in a hotel somewhere in the Caribbean. Seems like a lot of white people go there to die.
That's fine. Die in paradise. Now, here's what would happen. I like going to sign like all the forms at the state office for winning the lottery. That's when I would die. And like it wouldn't hit my bank account. I would just die there at the
It
signing.
would be some freakish fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like the boiler at the fucking lottery office explodes or something while you're walking in the door. And
Yeah, it'd be something weird. Yep.
The only place on the planet that would be affected by this thing exploding would be right where you were standing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, or CERN would blow up as soon as I go to sign everything.
Bruh.
And I would be the only one to die.
Yeah.
That would be my luck.
That would be your luck. I agree.
Another one.
A shoe-shaped house in Pennsylvania is being turned into an Airbnb. I didn't see where it was, but I've seen this big shoe before. It looks like Mother Hubbard.
Yeah.
And you know where it's at? Well, apparently they're turning that into an Airbnb. You're gonna be able to go stay and sleep and spend some time in this shoe if you want.
It's not something I would do, but I can see the appeal for it.
Yeah,
it's something weird. It's something different. Like if I was like maybe traveling to that area on a vacation, like I'd say, yeah, let's go spend the night there. Just to say, hey, I slept in the house that looked like a shoe.
Yeah, right. And in the days of social media, that kind of fits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just go there, take some pictures of myself in this shoe, and then move on with life.
Yeah. It's like a touristy trap type thing. So why not?
Yeah.
When you're on a vacation like that, yeah. But if it's like just if I needed a place to stay, I was traveling through, and I saw that was one of the options, I'd pass right by it.
Yeah, and there's gonna be some neat shit. I mean, I'm kind of curious, you know what I mean, to see what else they turn into one of these Airbnbs. A couple weeks ago was the Scooby mystery machine. Now it's the shoe. So
I'm thinking about buying like a rundown house and turning it into a B&B and calling it like the haunted house.
Yeah.
B&B.
Why not?
Yeah.
If you don't, somebody else is going to.
Oh yeah. Trademark. I'm gonna trademark that.
Big story, Mike. Big story. Derek Chauvin sentenced to 20 years, 4 months for the murder of George Floyd.
I thought that was an additional.
Oh, is it additional?
Yeah, for violating his civil rights.
Oh, okay. So that was a civil rights.
It's tacked on.
What was his original sentence for?
A long time. I don't think he was ever getting out of jail.
Okay, so
I don't think it was life, but it was like more or less long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could
get out of that though. You know what I mean? For a civil case, you tack on an extra 20 years on basically being in there the rest of your life. How is that? How is that anything? You know what I mean?
It's still, though that crime was still done, and that's the way the legal process works. There's different types of things going on. Just because you got sentenced for one thing doesn't mean you still can't get you still have to be punished for something else.
Right.
And some of those too, like they can be served.
Is that really punishment?
Well, it can be. Well, you did that crime, you get punished for it. They can be served concurrently or consecutively, stuff like that. So,
yeah,
you still have to because if you don't punish someone for doing like all these different crimes, it could set a precedent for. Well, they did this one, we're not going to sentence them for this one, even though. Hey, crime A, we sentenced you for 8 years, but crime B, we can sentence you for 24 years, but we're already sentenced you for this one. Why would we do that one? So it's kind of like you have to keep doing it all so you don't set that precedent to where someone can get off the hook for committing a crime.
So basically,
that's probably what it is.
Time
no, it's sending a point though. Like you can't do these crimes.
Otherwise,
and do everything else.
Sentences that mean nothing on top of other sentences for you.
Yeah, but you still have to do them. You committed the crime.
You're in for life. You're in for, the guy's probably our age, give or take, I don't know, 30s, 40s. He's in for, I don't know, let's say 50 years. He's in there until he's 90. And then you come on and you pile, or someone with a life sentence, and you come on and give them another life sentence. Yeah. That's a waste of everyone's time and money. It's a waste of the judge's time. Really. It's a waste of attorneys' times. It's, because like I said, ultimately, nothing, the precedent is, but nothing is actually being accomplished by doing this.
No, but it's still
the person is still doing the same exact thing, no matter what the second judgment is. You understand what I'm saying?
I think with this one too is just because like a lot of these instances where a cop does take someone's life, a lot of these charges get dropped, or they don't even. Or they're found not guilty, or if they're found guilty, they're not really even punished for it. So now this
Right.
is showing like, look, your cops are no longer above the law. This happened, and we're going to prosecute to the fullest extent, and we will, the
And I'm
community's not
all
going to
for
hold
that.
out.
Don't get me wrong.
I think that's more or less what it's showing is like, look, no one's above the law. We're trying to show that.
I just think that I don't disagree. I think that the police
Right.
officer. What's that?
Oh, we got someone joining in.
All right. Hey, how you doing, man?
All right.
There he is. How you
Hey.
doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys?
Not
Pretty
too
good,
bad.
pretty good. Levi?
Yeah, Levi. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm on my girl's computer. It
No,
might come
no,
up as
you're
Bella.
good.
You're fine. You're fine. How you doing today, man? Nice to meet you.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. We're doing pretty good, man. So you're a rapper. Now you're from up in the Butler rap scene, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I personally went to knock like South Butler, but yeah, there's a Butler hip hop and rap community that I perform with all the time.
Okay, and I went and I checked out your page a little bit. Like Lil Bambino and Cigarellos and all them.
Yeah, yeah. Cigarillos, I met once or twice at the Butler shows, and then Lil Bambino I met multiple times through the rap group.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
You get along pretty well with them people there. The Splash Gang, Lil Bambino, and Eternally Twisted, and Luca the Real.
yeah, for sure. I don't know them super personally, but through the rap group, yeah, we're definitely a little bit of a family in the Butler rap group for sure. Definitely.
Okay. Now, how long have you been rapping, Levi?
I've been rapping. I just turned 27, so I got just a little under 10 years now. It's crazy to think about it, but
Yeah, that it is, man. It's wild. What got you into rap? I mean, was it just something that you always liked? Because obviously, rightfully right around 16 years old, you would have started rapping then.
honestly, probably. Oh, sorry, my connection was. Oh,
Uh-oh.
my brother got me into rap a lot when I was real young. And him and his buddies always used to do it, so I always wanted to, and then eventually I just gave it a try, and
Yeah.
the rest is history, I guess.
Do you love it? Do you love rapping? Everybody I talk to absolutely loves it, man. Do you love rapping?
Of course, yeah, you got to, especially whenever there's not much of a scene sometimes for it where I'm from,
Right.
other than the Butler group, but like if you didn't love it, you would have quit a while ago, I guess is how I look at it,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Who were some of your like influences?
Do you mean like big artist or like
Yeah, like bigger
locally?
artists. Yeah, start there, and then like if you have other ones, yeah.
Okay. I would say when I was young, obviously, you get the Eminems and
Yeah.
people like that. But then personally, my favorite when I was young was like Nelly, and I always used to listen to Nelly and used to have the Band-Aid on my
Yep.
face and shit. And but then when I started getting older and like really understanding like the technique and like the lyricism and everything, my favorites were always like Nas and then Immortal Technique and people that were really like crazy technically. And then now my favorite of all time is Kendrick Lamar for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the man.
Going back
Can't
to
go wrong
Nelly,
there.
I still have Nelly flashback moments where I just get in the mood and I throw on some Nelly for about an hour and do my thing.
Yeah, you can't go
I
wrong
do.
there.
I shit you not. No, those are great. Those are some great rappers, man. And I see that you went to college and everything. Did you go get a degree, do the whole college
Yeah.
thing? Okay, that's
Yeah,
what was your major?
I started at BC3 just here at the community college, and then went to Slippery Rock for it was for psychology, and then I switched to cognitive science, which is sort of the same type of deal, but it's more like mindfulness techniques, and instead of
Okay.
just giving everyone pills and stuff,
Yeah, right,
So,
right.
yeah.
no,
So
no, has that like that field of study, has that helped like influence any of your music and how you go about creating music?
I would say it definitely has. I didn't really intend on them kind of uh marrying each other,
Mhm.
but definitely made me a more introspective person. And yeah, I would definitely say I never intended that. I was
Yeah.
really just trying to like eventually be a therapist, and secretly I always wanted to be a rapper more than anything. But definitely it helped me introspect for sure.
Yeah. And that's
In
where,
my
like a lot
opinion,
of good music comes from, is from deep inside. So
Yeah,
that's perfect.
for sure.
in my opinion, I mean, this is the route that you should be taking just generally in life. A lot of time people go and put full weight in their, into their dream thing, and then they pass up an education, they pass up this, where you kind of cemented yourself to be in a decent position in life because you went to college, you got your degree, and then like you said, you kind of had this side, this interest that you always like to do is rap. And if you continue to do that, it becomes, your career. That's great. But on the other hand, you have a degree as well, which you don't see a lot with young people now. They want to hop right into the rap game. I'm going full balls to the wall. If this is going to work no matter what. And at the end of the day, if it does or it doesn't, they don't have anything there where you have a degree, and that's pretty big.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I took notes from people like like J. Cole or someone like that, who I'm a huge fan of as well.
Yeah.
And he talked about how, every young rapper, if you don't think you're the best rapper in the world, then you shouldn't be rapping,
Yeah. Right.
basically.
Yeah.
And
Right.
and I know that sounds super arrogant, but like, so everyone thinks whenever they get out of high school, they're gonna get famous right away and all that. And he talks about
Right.
how he kind of just went to college and thought he would be famous by his first semester and just leave college and all that, and that just didn't happen. And he ended up staying until he got his degree, and then he went out to New York and like basically like stalked Jay-Z until he got an
Right.
to talk to him and all this stuff. And it's just yeah, it was never really I was hoping that rap would just take off and all that, but in the process, I realized that it's good to have that foundation for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a general um good thing in life to have. And like you said, I mean, if you go on and you pursue and continue your rapping, and you become famous, it's awesome. But you as a person, like I always tell everybody, make decisions based on, you're the one that has to wake up in your skin every day. Nobody else wakes up and looks out of your eyes every day. So you ultimately want to kind of set yourself up in life for not to fail. And it's an unpopular thing because, like you said, a lot of times guys just want to get out of high school. I'm sorry, rap, become famous, blow up, and the rest is written. But I admire. I think what you did is a lost art. People that they go and they get their education, and then also try to pursue that big dream. They don't do that much anymore, and I admire what you did.
Thank you. I appreciate that
Yeah.
very much. Because honestly, for a long time, that's not how it felt through college. You know what I mean? Like it was uh like I was giving up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sacrificing what I really wanted to be doing. And it was a
Right.
real inner conflict there for a long time. And now that college is over, definitely I'm glad that it went that way. But sometimes I felt like, what am I doing here? Maybe I could have made it by now if I wasn't in college, and
Right.
maybe I'd be doing better in college if I focused only on that. And
Right.
so
Yeah, a million thoughts go through our minds every day, and then like you have a things set up now. I put all this energy into going to college. There's money involved, there's signatures involved, there's paperwork, there's just everything I had to put into it. But you know, at the end of the day, you did it, man. Why don't you tell me now? You go by Sly Levi or
Sly Levy, but yeah,
Sly Levy? Tell us,
yeah.
Levi, tell us a little bit about the Sly Levy name and tell us a little bit about your music.
Okay. I go by Sly Levy because for the first multiple years that I rapped, I didn't really tell anyone. And so that's kind of where the Sly comes from. I just did it on, I'd talk about people would ask me how my life's going. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to Slippery Rock for psychology. I wouldn't even mention the
Right.
rap, what I really cared about, and so that's where the Sly comes from. And then Levy was just the nickname because people always used to say my real name wrong.
Okay.
So, so that's where that comes from. And then I guess my music is I'm not sure how to explain it, but I would say more along the lines of like boom bap, like 90s type hip hop more so.
Good.
And like I'm really into the technique of it, so I understand it's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not always
Right.
the easiest thing to listen to because I'm trying to, when I listen to rap music, I want to be like mentally stimulated. So
Right.
it's not necessarily like easy listening music all the time. But
Yeah, right.
yeah, that's definitely, and I work a lot with a guy in Butler. His name is Baby, and
Okay.
he's a producer, and we're trying to like kind of make a not new, but kind of new, I guess, like subgenre that's new school beats and stuff, like hype
Right.
beats, trap type beats, but then more so lyrical content over it, not just like the mumbling or the uh like still
Yeah.
saying something important, but then the beats are dope.
That's one
And
thing I always
that's
thought about rap or just music in general. A lot of times people might think to themselves, wow, this isn't really like anything that anybody's doing. Is this, is this the path I want to pursue with my music? But at the end of the day, if you're doing something different, that's a good thing. And people
Yeah,
don't see it that way. They're like, well, nobody, everyone listens to the way this is, and I sound like this. Everything's about longevity, man. Everything is about long-term being consistent. If you just keep peddling your style, pumping your style, you have to give people that opportunity because most of the time, face it, you see someone on TV, you hate it at first, right? Then once
right.
you watch it 10 times, you watch it 100 times, it becomes your favorite show on TV. Same
Yeah,
with a lot of music. You hear a new hit song that comes out on the radio, you're like, that's shitty. But once you hear it 30 times on the radio in the car, it becomes one of your favorite songs. So it
yeah,
looks
you
like
start singing it.
one of your favorite songs. So you know what I'm saying? It's this everything, anything you want to do consists of longevity and consistency. Look what you did. You went to college. You didn't do it overnight. You didn't do it in 3 months. It took, so anything, this is something that I'm learning even at my age, something that you want to do, set in for the long haul if you really want to do it, because that's how it's going to get done. And that's how people are going to accept you. You want to grow on people like a fungus, basically,
Yeah.
let them hear you and then make them hear you again, then make them hear you again. They're eventually going to like you. If I tell you something 50 times that isn't true, you're eventually going to start believing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, and that reminds me of a quote. I don't remember who said it, but it was something like, even if you don't see that people gravitate towards something that you love, if you love it, there's someone else out there that loves it too, like, so
Absolutely.
just put it out there and eventually those people will find it. And
and if you have that
Just
passion for it, show that passion for it too. Even people who don't love it will be caught up in your passion, in your enthusiasm, and they will, even if they don't get eventually like it, but they'll more or less follow, kind of like follow along with,
yeah,
but at least give it a try or recommend it to people that, hey, I don't like this, but you might like this because you like XYZ, so you might like this. So you just keep
right.
putting it out there. And like you were, I would go back to a second to when you said, like, in rap, don't get into it unless you're, if you don't think you're the best, don't get into it. And you said that's kind, it might be a little arrogant, but like in a competitive business like rap or just music in general and entertainment, that's just like the mindset everyone has to have. And
Yeah.
I think that, like, when you go in to do something, I think that's the best attitude to have, is like, I'm the best at this. There's no one better than me. But that's not saying I can't learn, because the best always learn from other people. But
Right.
that's just saying, hey, I trust in my abilities, and that I'm going to be better than the next
Right.
person.
You know what? You want to
Right.
hear something, Levi? You want to hear
Yeah,
something?
sure.
When I was
Yeah.
younger, I was in the sports, and I just, as a young kid, you look around and you look at other athletes, obviously. You look at other football players, you look at other baseball players, and you tend to notice you're looking up to these guys, the pros. You're tend to looking up to guys a little bit older than you in your, in your town. And you always look at the biggest, strongest kids, the kids that can run the fastest, the kids who are chiseled. But you know what? That's not reality in a sense. It is, but you don't understand the work that this gentleman did to get this chiseled body. So me as a young kid, I'm looking around thinking, you know what? I don't look like anything like these people. I'm not big. I don't have any muscles. I'm not fast. So it was kind of discouraging to me, but that is kind of what we're trying to explain to you on the other hand, because it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. It's just the work that you put into it. If I would have put all those distractions aside and just said, you know what, I want to be a good, a kick-ass football player, and I hit the weights and I was up at 5 every morning and doing the work, I could have became what I was seeing, and it intimidated me to not really pursue, in sports as much as I would have liked to. So at the end of the day, you just got to do you. You can look around to see what's going on around you. You can get a feel for your environment, the game. But at the end of the day, it's you. You have to wake up with the mindset in the morning and say, this is what I'm going to do for what it is that I want to do today. Because if you sit around and you look at the other rappers who've become successful, the other rappers that are doing this, the other rappers, you're kind of putting yourself behind the 8 ball, because everything's a mindset. So,
Definitely.
like
Definitely. That's
so for Sly Levy, you just got to keep getting up, pounding it. Like I said, look around, you see what's going on, see where you kind of stand, see what but ultimately you got to be the Sly Levy Corporation. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Just
right.
tunnel vision,
Right.
and go get it. Otherwise, you're going to kind of fall like I did. And I don't want to see that happen, especially with a lot of you younger guys. We're talking to a lot of younger guys, a lot of people in the rap game. And, that's one thing that I just try to tell these people, man. You cut out all the bullshit. If you want to do something, focus on what it is that you want to do and go get it.
Sorry, my connection was a little wonky there for a second, but definitely I appreciate all that advice.
Started saving your ass.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. But you understand what I'm saying, man.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate all that too, because that is I know these things, but sometimes, like I said, it's like you fall out of it, you fall out of focus for a few, I'm sure even the biggest artists feel this way sometimes, where they're like, oh, is it worth it?
Right.
I don't really think people are appreciating like the time and effort, and I don't make like any money doing it. So it's like, I need to, you know what I mean? It's nice to hear it from another perspective, and you refocus and you lock back in and realize,
sometimes
like,
it's just
okay,
hearing somebody say
like
something, just click
next
that
week.
switch.
Yeah, seriously. And like you said, Mike, it is rap is it's a little bit different than other genres. Even, it's like a sport. It is super competitive. And when I was younger, I used to be more so like, I gotta like be on everyone's necks, I gotta show them what I can do. And I still feel that way deep down, but I'm at a point where I'm like, I know what I can do, so I can stand back at these other shows and see all these other really talented people and like genuinely cheer for them, because I'm like, I see you love this, so I support that. You know what I mean? Like back when I was younger, it was more so like I gotta beat this person, but now it's like we can win together. And that's that's how I feel that I've developed personally through rap music is I see my own value and I don't have to take away other people's value to have that value, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And I next week, actually the 16th of July, I'm dropping a project called Moonbird, and I've been working on this thing since like 2017. It's been years and
Wow.
years, and it's not a long project, but it's like the first attempt at like real artistry, not just rapping for the sake of like
Yeah.
I can rap better than everyone, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like I'm trying to say something like real and emotional, and so I'm really excited about that. And I think it just, as long as I've had these songs like in the tuck, like I started recording them years ago, but I feel like the time is finally right for me mentally, and with everything that I'm like, it's all come full circle that
Right.
it comes out now, and I am confident in myself and able to give these emotions to the world, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and not be scared really. Like, if people might not receive it the way that I want, but it's honest and I
Right.
love it. So
And
And
that's
like
just, you know,
as a
that's just
performer, I was gonna say,
that's
like,
just
as a performer, that's all you can do. It's just like, this is me, this is who I am. I'm gonna put it out there. Either you like it or not. Like, even like
yeah,
some of the biggest bands in the world, they put out albums that they thought were the greatest. Their fans really didn't, but hey, they're at least honest. Hey, you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. But this is who I am, and there's nothing wrong
yeah.
with that, you know?
yeah, exactly.
Or Levi, you make the album, you see how it does. If it does well, fantastic. If it doesn't do well, fantastic. No matter what happens, you continue to go straight forward.
Yep.
And that's, you know, something that we've kind of learned on our run here with what we do. You know, at the beginning, we're like, well, let's not do this. This is kind of stupid. We don't, at the end of the day, just be you. Get your shit out there. People are going to listen to it. And you know what? If they're not fans of your music, maybe, just maybe, they'll be fans of you as a person, and that's just as effective. You know what I mean? So if they like the way
Yeah.
you deliver, like how you come off, that could be just as important sometimes in today's society, because image is just as important as
Mhm.
sound when it comes to music a lot of times anymore. So
True.
you know, whether it's good, whether it's bad. I mean, obviously you don't want to put shit out, but on the other hand, you just want to just get your stuff out, because eventually the right person's going to hear it.
Right. That's you guys are both right, and that's why I really do appreciate you guys talking to me and like letting me put myself out there even more, because this is the first real interview that I've done where I've gotten to talk about this stuff like on a
Yeah.
formal level. You know, I talk with whatever, like my friends and my
Yeah.
family and stuff like that, but to be able to actually express it, it feels good to, you know that there's an outlet. And like you said, even if the music isn't everyone's cup of tea, just people hearing me formulate like my thoughts on the issues, they might understand it through that, so I really do appreciate you guys for that.
Another one.
You know what? My bad. Yeah, that was so.
You could.
No, but you're right. You're right, man. We like to give a chance to people to get their voice out there, because sometimes that's all it takes. Now, another thing I was thinking that you also could look at too, you could say, does this, sound like something that people will like? And then you think of your circle, or the people just outside your circle, or the people, these 20, 30 to 50 people. What you got to remember too, dude, is America has 300 million people plus.
Right.
The world has 8 billion people. So if there's, if people aren't taking to your idea within this 20, 30, 40 people circle in your life, that doesn't matter. These are the people that aren't, you know what I'm saying? You have to expand and continue to grow as this is your business in order for it to be a success, to get to where you want. So sometimes don't let these circles that we so much put so much stock into a lot of times, don't let them influence you as much. Like I said, it's you. It's you, man. It's you're your biggest enemy. You're your biggest competitor.
Right.
It comes down to you, because once you say you quit, you don't want to try it no more, the game is over.
Right. I appreciate that, because that's so true. Like, it's easy to get because as much as I do, I love the circles that I'm in,
Right.
and I respect their opinions, and I like I really enjoy what they do, and it does affect what I do to some extent, I'm
Right.
sure. But you're right. It's not just Butler, you know, it's not just Pittsburgh even.
Right.
It it's a whole world of opportunity out there. And
Absolutely.
that's kind of what this project is a little more. It's not even just strictly rap at all times. You know, my
Okay.
sister's on it. She's a great singer. My sister Ruby is just kills it on this, and the beats are a little
Nice.
more I don't want to say they're completely EDM, but they're a little bit more dramatic than just a trap beat or something like that.
Right.
So it's a little bit different, but that's why I want it out there too. Is like you said, it's the only way to grow is to try, you know, and put it out
Absolutely.
there.
And being different's always that's not a bad thing. That's always that can always be a good thing because it's hey, no, we've never heard this. And that
Right.
When people are into music, they're in art or anything, they always want that something new to be on it, because a lot of people like to get in on the ground floor of new ideas, new music. So being different, being that weird, no, you know what I mean, not like you're weird.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, but that different thing,
Yeah.
people are attracted to it, and that's helpful. That helps get more eyes, more ears on the product.
And another thing you got to remember too,
Yeah.
Levi, no matter what you do, you always got to fall off your bike at some point. There's nothing besides a select few people on this planet that do everything perfect from the day they're born till stardom. And you know what? Who knows if these people were even fucking human? But you
Right.
you fell off your bike. When you was younger, your penmanship wasn't good until you practiced it and made it to where you were happy. Everything you're going to do, you're always going to be, there's going to be a fall off your bike situation. You just have to endure and say, do I
Right.
want to continue to learn how to ride this bike and learn how to ride it well? You know, a lot of this stuff is upstairs, man. And you seem like a smart guy, and we're pretty confident. We're very excited to meet you. Have you met any of the guys from down at Hit 'em Hard Music? Of
Yeah.
course, Cigarellos is from there. Like Prime Sinister, Dust, anybody like that?
They were at the one Butler show that I did, and I saw them perform Dust, and I don't know if they'd remember me, to be honest, but I saw them kill it, and I'm pretty sure they were there when I performed, and Cigarellos definitely was like, that shit was dope, you know. So yeah, I'm actually, I think it's July 22nd, they're doing another show that I'm gonna be at. I'm doing with that. So I'm excited about that.
Is that also in Butler?
No, it's one of theirs, I think, at
okay.
in Newcastle, I think is where
Okay.
it's at.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So that's the first one I'll be doing down there, but I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean we're real close with most of with everybody actually from Hit 'em Hard, so I'll certainly put in a good word on our end, and then this one on the 22nd, I'd like to get out and see if we're available. Mike, we could go check that out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Now this one that you have coming out on 7/16. You said it's called Moonbird.
Yeah, Moonbird. Yeah.
Okay, and we know that Sly Levy has been working on this. He's been working on this for about 3 years, everybody. So keep your eye open for that. That's Moonbird, looking to come out on the 16th of this month, and also July 22nd. He's going to be performing. So, do you have any questions?
I was just gonna say. Also, if you're in Butler, I don't know when this will air, or unless it's right now.
It's right now.
But, okay. Well, that's perfect. Tomorrow in Butler, we have a show that I'll be performing at the Meridian Vets Club here in Butler.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, just chugging along, you know, putting this project out. I got another project I'm working on with Fabi that's probably early October would be out, and we have a huge show at Pullman Park September 3rd, I believe it is. And Pullman Park's like a little minor league, or I'm not sure exactly what league it is, but it's a big baseball field in Butler.
Okay.
And so if anyone's interested in that, yeah. But other than that, I'm done doing my plugs.
You're good. Dude. I was about to ask, where can everyone check out your music?
Oh, yeah. Good point. YouTube, I got all my stuff on YouTube, SLYLEVY. Same with Spotify, Apple Music. It's on all platforms.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. There you go, everybody. Sly Levy. We got a lot of things going on. Please check him out. Check out his work on the internet and start supporting him. Mike, tell you what, Mike, go ahead and hit the website before we roll, man.
I feel kind of dirty plugging when we have a guest, but yeah.
No, you're good. Do your thing, bro.
I love plugging. I'm such a shill. Dumyinzers.com. Over there, you can check us out on. We have our links to Spotify, Anchor, Stitch, to where you can listen to us. Here we have our link to YouTube, so you can see our beautiful faces. And it's kind of weird saying that when we have a guest. Exactly. Get it in there. But yeah, check out the Two Dumb Yinzers. We have our link to our merchandise store on there, and link to the email, so I can have everyone berate me in the questions for Ryan to embarrass me.
That's right. That's what we do. We want to thank everybody so much for tuning in. We want to thank Levi, who goes by Sly Levy. We want to thank him so much. It was great to meet you, sir.
Yes. Good time.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
We're going to be totally paying attention and following you, man. We're going to get the word out and help you out. So the only thing that you got to do from our perspective is just keep on keeping on, brother. Just keep digging away. Get your focus right and go get it, man. Other than that, we'll do what we can, and hopefully we can get you to the top.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you very, very much for talking to me and re-sparking my enthusiasm about all this. Seriously, thank you very much.
Anytime,
welcome, man.
We're always here, brother. You ever need to get a hold of us, just get a hold of me, and we'll get you set up, my man. Other than that, great to meet you, sir. For Levi, Mike, Ryan, everybody have a great weekend.